So let's talk about poop.
Okay. Let's talk about poop.
Let's talk about poop, baby.
Oh!
Salt and poopa.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, don't be shy for the camera, man.
Special guest star,
Maggie.
Magnolia Lane Kidwell.
It's a little bit, it's a Florida sprinkle.
Yeah, it's sprinkling a little. That's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
We'll be okay. Just
so today, we're going to do our Sunday drive is going to be mostly about our fur babies. Now, we have two giant beasts still at home.
They wanted to come. Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Named Penny and Lucy.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Penny and Lucy are at home, but Maggie can fit in the car, so she's going to hang out with us today while we take you to a few places, dog parks. Great places for your dogs to kind of run and socialize a little bit. In Florida, we talk a lot about yard sizes, and so not everyone has enough yard space by the time they add a pool.
Yeah, many people don't.
Most people don't, right? To have actual like running space, not green space to go potty. That's one thing, but actual running space. And dogs do need to run. Even these cute little West Highland Terriers, which by the way, she is so stinking cute when she runs. Oh my gosh, her little fur flaps back that way.
She's very cute.
Anyway, so we're gonna go hit a couple of dog parks, and then a great place. It's almost like a little spa, like a daycare for dogs too. All of these are gonna be located in the Winter Garden area.
Yes.
And of course, there's others that are scattered around, but that's where we're gonna go today.
And when we have these three dogs, and maybe we'll get to the story of Lucy. We told you a little bit before about our dog that was supposed to be a little, maybe even miniature Australian Shepherd that weighs 100 pounds, and she's beautiful, but she's huge, and she's, but so that created a problem for us because two of our dogs in particular need to run. One is mostly an Australian Shepherd, and she could run for hours. She just runs. She's the sweetest. Yes. That's Penny, Penelope Lane, and this is Magnolia Lane. Yes. And then I guess Lucy is Lucy Lane.
Lucy Lane.
Which sounds like a Superman girlfriend or a Spider-Man girlfriend. Anyway,
whenever we talk about our pets, we always leave Molly out, and I
totally because she's a cat, so she does not count. She does not want us to talk about her because she's glorious.
We do have
Swanson.
a cat named Molly, and she's beautiful too. Anyway,
she is beautiful.
She is beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful.
Ugh.
Anyway, but yeah, so
I love her.
So go ahead, keep talking about
So anyway, and then Amy has a listing that just went up yesterday as we tape this, and one of the things that some of our clients wrote and said, hey, we have a 70-pound German Shepherd. Juliet and Paul, hi. They said we have a 70-pound German Shepherd, and so we had to check and say, in this community, can they have a 70-pound German Shepherd, which they can, but in that community they can't have fences.
Right.
So that's not a good place for the dog to run necessarily. So if they want that house, they've got a plan to always take them out of the leash. So that may be disqualifying for them.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because these two dog parks we're going to take you to are in Winter Garden, and there's not that many public dog parks.
Right.
Now, if they build the new park down here in Hamlin, then I think there's supposed to be some fenced-in dog parks there.
Right.
Many communities have fenced-in dog parks, but those are
they call them
private
bark parks. Isn't that cute? A bark park.
And they're private. So if you're if you're not a member of the HOA, then
or within the community,
you can't really go there. And I think some people sometimes will do that, but most of them, most of them have a key code access anyway. So if you're not part of the thing, you can't go. So here's some things that we have that maybe you might not have other places. If you look everywhere we go, you'll see sidewalks. Okay. Good news, bad news for dogs. Why?
Well, first of all, it's going to burn their little feet.
Yes, burns their little paws.
It is blazing hot in Florida, guys, just as an FYI.
And even those sidewalks, sometimes they're, they look like they wouldn't be that hot because they're mostly white concrete.
Yeah,
they're 5, 10, 15 degrees hotter than the air, and sometimes the air is 90 degrees.
Yes.
And so if they're trotting along, keep them walking in the grass.
Yes.
But so that's the bad news part. The good news part is people live outside here, so people out walking their dogs is fundamental. It's awesome. But have to have a leash.
Right.
Generally speaking,
and
I say have to. You're supposed to. Many people don't. I mean,
No.
not that we don't
What
right
are you
now.
talking about?
I'm not talking about
Our
Maggie.
dogs are on leashes.
Our dogs are in our fenced-in yard. So.
Yes.
But yeah, sometimes there are dogs that are not on leashes
in our
outside.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're just running, which is crazy.
So let's talk about poop.
Okay. Let's talk about poop.
Let's talk about poop, baby.
Oh!
Salt and poopa. Nice. Okay. The classic hit.
That was not even planned
It was
either.
not.
That
No,
was
it was good.
completely
That was good.
spontaneous, which is why you are actually so brilliant.
No. Well, we were right there together.
I know. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
So
but-
anyway.
Anyway.
Pick up your dog's poop. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh,
This is
right?
more of a venting session for me.
God.
So yesterday we're out and so somebody's out there with a dog, not on a leash.
Not on a leash.
So our dogs are out in the back where I'm trying.
Right.
Maggie's like, what's up?
Oh, sorry, baby. That's just mommy pretending I was a dog.
We're trying to get the grass along our back fence to grow because people walk back behind our fence all the time, and so we have a trail
Where the dogs run.
are because figure 100-pound Lucy. I mean, and she runs. She sounds like a horse when she runs. It's like
She does.
so we're trying to. I just put in new sod there. But then they got their dog out there, no leash, so the dog's running back and forth by our thing. So our dog on the thing is
Right,
going back and
going
forth.
crazy.
And then their dog just takes a big,
Poopy-doo.
smelly poop right there
Melissa,
behind our
don't
thing.
throw that on
And
my
then just walks away. They just walk away.
Yep.
But there are poop stations like that's where.
Right. We just added one in the community, like
Yeah.
probably about 20 feet from where the dog took a poop.
Yeah, that was kind of the reason why I was getting there on this was because we have sidewalks everywhere. We also usually have poop stations with bags and the whole thing in communities everywhere.
Right.
So we're very dog friendly. You can go to Pet Paradise
I was
first if
gonna
you
say,
want.
we could
We're
just
here.
reverse the plan
Yeah,
of where we're
let's
going to
do
go.
that. Yeah.
So while we're here, we're going to turn into Pet Paradise. Now, we have taken our dogs here before.
Yes.
Pet Paradise is a luxury little fur baby spa.
Yeah.
They have a bone-shaped pool out there for the
It's so
dogs.
cool. I'll put
It is
their
very cool.
video up on the thing.
And what's really cool about it is that they have live monitoring. So when we took our dogs there, we were able to kind of keep an eye on them and see. Maggie's like, wait,
She's
are
like,
we
wait,
here? Is
no,
this
yeah, we're not
playtime?
going. Don't worry.
No, baby,
She's
we're
like,
not
I don't
going
want-
anywhere.
Well, we took the big dogs.
No, we took Maggie.
Did
too,
she
didn't
come
we?
to? Yeah, yes, she did.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
and there's some puppers over there.
there's some puppers getting ready
Go
to
real
get
slow.
in or
Go
out.
real slow. No, right
But
there.
So
There's
yeah,
puppers over there.
see?
Hi, puppers.
See, look at all the
That's a
dogs. So they
beautiful dog.
yeah. So they kind of separate them. They have lots of water. They've got hose and little water spurt stations. They've also got indoor kennels. They've also got an area for cats.
But my favorite thing they have is cameras everywhere. So we didn't know how our puppies were going to do.
Right.
And
Such
Lucy,
a good spot, by the way.
Lucy kind of does not play well with others. Because she gets so excited and she doesn't know that she's a giant beast.
Yes.
So we ultimately had the cameras, and it was nice because we came and picked them up early because Lucy just started standing there and barking.
Well, she and Penny stood beside each other.
They
which
did
was
the whole
cute.
time because they're very shy, but it was like daycare. It was cool.
Yeah.
But and by the way, with no affiliation with Pet Paradise, they
No.
didn't ask us to mention that to them.
No.
It just happens to be here. We want to show you.
It's a nice spot. There's a lot of places, when you love your fur babies, like we all
We do, yes.
If you have to go somewhere, there are people that use that probably on a daily, or a weekly basis. Maybe they let their pups go and have play dates twice a week, whatever. But it's really nice. It's a great spot. You feel like it's a nice, safe place for your pups, and they're getting a little bit pampered as well. So where we are now is we're actually back behind West Orange High School.
Yes.
So we're going to
So you're
actually,
straight, right?
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
But
We're on
gonna,
Warrior Road.
We are, yeah, and we're going to go in front of West Orange High School just to give you kind of an idea of where everything is.
I'll put the map up. We're going to make a big loop because
Yes.
we're going to show you the Winter Garden Dog Park, and then we're going to show you something that's going to make some people mad. And it's only going to make them mad it's a good reason. But we're going to show you a dog park that people don't know is there. So we don't get to go much anymore because Lucy doesn't play well with others.
Yeah, well,
but it's a
great
oh my
spot.
God, it's so great.
Every time we go, I'm like, that's what I want my backyard to look
Yeah.
like. It reminds me of Virginia, actually, because there's so many trees, and it's just, it's so pretty, and it's a great spot.
So if you watch this video and if you go to Warrior Park, don't tell them that we sent you because I think everyone that goes there thinks it's their own little secret.
Yeah, I know, right?
So we're dumbing the secret out.
Right.
So over to the side, you can see the West Orange Football Stadium where last night
They crushed.
West Orange Warriors. Windermere's so sorry.
I know, sorry, Windermere.
So Windermere's, what, is it 5 years old now?
No, 4, I think.
4 years. they haven't been there very long.
Right,
so
it's hard to establish those
hard to
teams.
establish football, and West Orange is established and has
West
been a
Orange
football.
is an iconic school in this
for
area
football,
for
So-
lots of things actually. So
and
this is West Orange, by the way. As we pass it, you can see over here to the right. This is West Orange. That's not where we're going here for, but we did do our high school tours that time.
We did, but if you didn't see that, one of the things that people when they see high schools here, they go, they're
giant.
massive.
They
So
are massive. So
you know,
West
built
Orange
for
High School.
4,000 students.
Yep.
I think. Huge. Our son goes there, and was at the game last night and left in the third quarter when it was 35-0. So I don't actually know what the final score was. I'll put it on the screen. But there's the parking lot where they here you might be able to see it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
They can paint their space. They let seniors paint their spaces, which is a big tradition they have here.
Very
So
big tradition.
now we're coming up. We're coming up the road here. We're on Beulah now, right?
We're on Beulah.
So this is Beulah 4-way stop.
And this is where we're going to take our right because we're going to go back to the West Orange Dog Park. And this is one that is divided like small breeds, large breeds.
Yes.
It's an actual designated like county dog park, right?
Yeah. And you can pull in the parking lot, I guess, if you want, and then just loop around. Just so we can see it a little better. So 429 runs right along here.
429 up to the left,
So this is just this is the little loop back behind West Orange, and you'll see there's a YMCA down here. There is some soccer fields.
The Roper YMCA.
Where Florida Rush plays. Roper YMCA is good, and then the dog park is right here in front of us, and you can see there's some dogs.
Lots of doggies.
Where that red car just went, there's some doggos.
You can turn in. You want me to
Yeah,
turn
go ahead
in?
and go in. Maggie's gonna be like, "Can I please go play?"
Oh, should she run?
No, because poor Maggie, she didn't get to do anything anymore because the big dogs.
There's not that many people, and no one in the little one though.
Yeah, no.
No one's in the little one. But we can't do that because
We can't. We're doing a tour. So
But
just pull in right there, so you point forward,
Yep.
and then
Okay.
people can see. So this is the small dog area in front of us.
Yep.
Sunrise to sunset. It's always nice to have little water bowls, and there's a water fountain with a hose on it. So look at Maggie. Maggie's like, please.
And there's tennis balls kind of floating all
And there's
around.
a dog about to get out over here. And Maggie's stepping on a very sensitive area.
Okay.
Woo! Gotta move. Yeah, okay.
All right. That was a little too much information, honey.
But the big dogs are over there, and there's a couple of beautiful golden retrievers over there.
So this it's so shaded out here too.
Yeah,
It's just a really
beautiful.
nice
It's really
little,
nice.
nice little spot.
So can I tell one story about that dog park?
Yeah, sure.
So when we first got our dog Penny, who was the first dog we got when we were here, we brought her to this dog park, and our little Elizabeth, who is now, a college student, but at the time, I guess she was 13 or 14, years old, and we came there, and they were just playing, but these two pit bulls were in there, and they were just playing. They were just chasing our dog, just to play. They weren't
But our
being
dog was a
aggressive.
puppy.
But our dog was a puppy, and she was so scared that she ran, and she hit the concrete over there and slid.
Into the tree, right?
So my 13-year-old delicate flower of a daughter was a beast for her dog. She went and ran. She went and grabbed the two pit bulls and yanked them back. Like she was just so protective. And we're like,
YMCA.
Yeah, we're like, don't do that. because the dogs, they weren't being aggressive. They were just being playful.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, I guess our little girl is fierce.
Hey, that's a mommy instinct.
Oh,
right
it totally
there.
was.
You know,
Yeah.
you hear those stories about moms that can do superhuman strength feats when their children are in danger. So I believe that was just her,
So as we come down, if you look over to the right here, there's West Orange Park. So there's actually some travel soccer games going on over there right now. It's just literally called West Orange Park. It's directly behind West Orange High School. So our son used to play for Florida Rush, and he played there. That was his home field.
Right.
Let's talk real quick because we're going to go straight down. We're going to take the cul-de-sac. Let's just do a quick update on real estate because that's what we generally do. We've been talking about dogs, which is nice, and I hope people have enjoyed riding around. But how's the market? How's it going?
It's crazy busy.
It is. That's true.
Crazy busy, so busy, in fact, that can you believe that we had a client with a very good offer, even saying they would go $50,000 above an appraisal, and they didn't get the offer. Can you believe that?
It was another one of those where, with our clients, with our buyer clients, we always say, find the price where if someone else goes above it, you just say they can have it.
I'm good.
And that's what this was. I mean,
That's just crazy
as we pass Westfield Lakes here on our
it's a
left, on
beautiful
our right.
community back in there, by the way. So we're going to loop in the cul-de-sac. That way, when we come up, we'll go slowly, and you can kind of see over here to the right where the dog park is.
So, just the market. So, in Orlando as a whole right now, people are talking about how things are cooling off, but where we tend to work the most. Which is here on the Maggie's like now she definitely recognizes this. She's like, oh my god,
This is like cruel.
So go in front of that car and then just kind of pull over in the grass.
Okay.
Just we'll let people see the doggos run around. Okay. But so where we are, in Orlando in general, people are like, it's really, go way up because there's some dogs running over there.
Okay.
Where we are, it's not cooled off, is my point. I looked at the last 7 days, and we had, in the last 7 days, I looked yesterday as we're taping this. I'm sorry, baby.
Nah,
sorry.
baby.
She's like, I know that park, I want to go.
Oh, baby.
I looked and there were 43 new listings and 42 pendings. So in 7 days. So what does that tell you? That tells you as soon as things go on the market, they sell. That's what that's telling you. Huh?
Pretty dogs.
Yeah,
I love to see dogs.
I figured we'd give you a nice little view of the
Yeah.
doggos running around while we talk about the market. But anyway, so it's on the west side of town, and other places like Oviedo, some other places, it's just not. When people say it's cooling off, they're like, well, we have 21 days of inventory instead of 15. Hey, Pupper.
Hey, Pup.
Look, starring that
Beautiful dog.
yeah, lab. So
Yeah.
pretty and happy. Oh, you can go if you want.
Okay.
That was worth the whole trip just to see the
Just
doggo
to see
run
that
around.
little dog.
Anyway, so it's still crazy. Highly encourage you to give us a call if you're looking to buy or sell, because we're just still in a period of time where it's not doable by yourself. And I'm so disappointed that our client didn't get that house.
I know, right?
Because I think we worked really hard on that one.
We did,
And
it was a ridiculously strong offer,
Yeah.
like ridiculously strong. But real quick, just
Yeah, go ahead.
as we wrap up, I had a text message from a client, hey Chad, asking about kind of if you are looking for resale. What can you do to prep yourself to be competitive when
Yeah.
the time comes to submit an offer? And I think that's actually a really good question. We've kind of touched on it, but there's a couple of things that you really should, and would do potentially if we're helping you through the process. The first thing is, if your limit is $500,000, maybe don't find a home that's $500,000.
It's a great
because
point.
you're going to have to go at or above the asking price to be competitive in
Right.
most cases. So unfortunately, that means you should probably be looking at homes that are a little bit below your budget, and know that you need to potentially either be flexible with the budget if you can be, and then be honest with your realtor that you can be flexible, because
Right.
that is going to make a difference. And then the other thing is, just remember, no contingencies at this point. If you've got a home that you still need to sell,
Yeah, get this sold first.
you need to get it on the market and preferably under contract before you really find a home here, just so that you can be competitive. Not because nobody would want to help you, but because you're going to start to submit offers, and then they're going to see that you have a home to sell or a home to close, and then they're going to have 5 other offers in their hand of people that are cash with no contingencies.
And they'll take a lower price with no contingency than
than
a higher price. And I'll throw in what what I mentioned for you to mention to Chad, which was and look how long the house has been on the market. If a house has been on the market for 10 days, you can kind of think to yourself, well, maybe they'll be open to a lower price, because by the way, where we are, if it's been on the market 10 days, it's probably overpriced.
Right.
Which is insane to say, by the way. Because, usually 30, 45 days is where... Are you in a hurry?
I guess it is.
So, usually 30 or 45 days is the average. So, but here, if it doesn't sell the first weekend, we immediately go, what's wrong?
Right.
What happened? Is it overpriced? Is something going on? So you can't, if you need to look at, if your budget is $500,000 and you see a house that's listed at $500,000 that's been on the market for 15 days, you got a shot at that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can make an offer on that at
Agreed.
full price and probably get it. And there are still homes where you can offer below asking price and have a good solid chance to get it. It's just, the ones we're talking about. It's the ones that are just pristinely beautiful. They go on the market. If the realtor's smart, they're not overpriced, because that's actually the way to get a higher price in this market.
I agree, but not everybody is
Not
smart.
everybody feels that way, so some people just put a huge price
Crazy
on
number
it.
up there. And it's
The house we didn't get had a huge crazy number on it to start with, so maybe they're right. I don't know, but it doesn't feel right.
It still has to appraise, and when you're willing, and that's kind of one of the other things is decide and have that conversation with yourself now. As Eric has mentioned before, the value is it's twofold. It's not just a monetary value, but there's a personal value. What does that mean to you and your family? And so sometimes going above the appraisal, for instance, we had a client that was like, well, but if I have to rent for another year, that's going to cost me X amount of money. So I'd rather just go X amount of that money over the appraisal and I've got a home, even if it takes me a little bit longer. So there's lots of different ways to think about it, and hopefully you're not scared of the market. I know we say things are a little bit crazy. There's certainly, all it is an obstacle course, and if you've got the right people kind of helping you through the obstacle course, you're going to be just fine.
And we're pretty good at it.
We are. Now, with that being said, we're going to end the video because you know what's around the corner.
McDonald's, Diet Coke. Well, we're going to end the video, but I'm going to give you one more look inside the Kidwell family. So if you want to be part of our family, we have Maggie here. So what would I say? Look at Maggie.
Oh.
So our 16-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
He will walk into our room and just bring Maggie in and go, look at Maggie.
It's a really good impression. No, seriously, it's like I'm in the middle of working. My brain is like a mess. I'm staring at my computer. I haven't seen my 16-year-old son all day. He comes down and he puts Maggie in front of my face.
This is what it looks like to be Amy. Look at Maggie.
Look at Maggie.
And that's all he says. And he's
okay.
not, he's
I'm going to pretend that look at Maggie means I love you, Mommy.
I'm sure that's what it means.
I think it is what
but
it means.
I haven't sent a picture. We have a group text for our family. We have a big family. So we have 4 kids plus a son-in-law. So we have 7 of us on a group text. So we'll send things. And I sent a picture of Maggie and immediately everyone wrote back, look at Maggie. Because we just know. So now you've seen inside our lives. So we are going to go get Maggie some chicken nuggets.
We are. Oh, she can get them. She loves
French
fries. I will say, when I bring a red box of French fries home, she knows.
Yay. Okay.
It's bad, I know. All right. Also, just because it's all about fur babies, I want to give a big shout out to our friend and my brother by another mother, Mr. Adam Chrisman, the veterinarian there in New Jersey, whom I love and adore, and who is always my go-to emergency contact when it comes to anything pet related.
Special love to Clark W. Griswold.
Absolutely.
And his other dachshunds.
You need to check out his Instagram
hilarious.
things. They're absolutely freaking hysterical. Anyway, love you, Adam. And to you guys, please stay safe, stay well. We love you, and happy house hunting.
Look at Maggie.
Look at Maggie.